It's Week 18 of the National Football League. And coming up, we're going to see Keenan Allen. He comes in second in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Raiders and the Chiefs. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas.
Today, the curtain falls on the regular season. We've got a good one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs
and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They've gone a full half season since their last loss, winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. In the 1960s, the Chiefs and Raiders are underway.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field.
Leading them out, it's the third-year man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
Herbert to throw right away. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now it's Herbert. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
As your game planning as a staff, you get the all the different ways you can neutralize the other guys' pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The Raiders at 15-1 on the year. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Another run here with Sanders. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Chiefs now as they get set for their opening drive.
They're led out by the southpaw Tua Tagovailoa in his third season now out of the University of Alabama.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Tua.
He dumps this off to Dillon underneath.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
They'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for him. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Tua now on first down.
He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
On second down, Dillon.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
They'll run for it with Dillon.
And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Raider D, they get the football back.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
You always worry about those small receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
On first down, it's Herbert. Back to Renfro again, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's complete to his tight end, Waller.
Going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Steps up, and he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Herbert's throw pulled in by Renfro. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Carlson able to put this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
Both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them. And they're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive.
They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Holding offense.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
And that is incomplete. Boy, did everything but hold on to it. A nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. 2nd down, back to Sanders.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you get a heck of a tight end candidate.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw complete here to Waller. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again.
They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a 1st down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. The connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
From midfield, here's Tua.
They'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
From the 29, Tua.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Dillon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Raider D, they get the football back. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
One of the best in the NFL, in no small part because of his running ability. But on that play, didn't matter to the defense at all. Nice stop for them, a feather in their cap for getting the sack and brought down one of the toughest guys to catch in the NFL.
And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this 3rd down. Herbert.
That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So on 4th down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 2nd up in Seattle. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. That one complete. He finds Shark.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Here's Tua. Incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Herbert now. Over the middle, complete. It's Cole. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Herbert on 3rd down now. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not getting the first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Tua going to throw.
Hitting Juju on the slant.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Setting the throw on 1st down is Tua.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. From just shy of midfield, Tua. And he'll just get rid of it. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Got it open.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Now Herbert following the turnover. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. On 2nd and 10. Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw here, Herbert.
And once again, this is Sanders. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 50, here's Herbert. And that's complete to Sanders.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for KC in that first half. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3.
As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now. Because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down, Chiefs.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Tua. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And that is incomplete. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
That's once again complete to Chark.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now Dillon on the inside give. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Again, it's Dillon.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
We might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set.
Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo.
This from 42 yards out.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they are on the board. It's now 9-3.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. That's caught by Waller out left side.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? You can try and go with the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. Again, Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. And he's got it inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 39 yards there, a big one.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Herbert. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Keelan Cole with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. KC's offense ready to take over.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Tua now on 1st down. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot.
from the gun. It's Dillon.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Open man. Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43. A nice pickup there. 10 yards.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. The open man is sharp. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
And now here come the Raiders.
Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Herbert on first down now. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On first down, it's Herbert.
Quickly a slant to Renfro.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Another run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They run with Sanders off the option. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. They'll try the air now with Herbert. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. 2nd and 2. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Herbert. Oh, no, he lost the football. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it. Field goal time.
So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to make it a 2-score game. Carlson able to put this one through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, or they didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Tua.
Now swing pass for Dillon.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And the Raiders have got him. Dexter Lawrence in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Kansas City. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Delay of game. Offense.
And that flag accepted.
Still 2nd down.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
96 yards on the ground for him so far.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35. A nice pickup of 17 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line. Running right, here's Sanders. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Herbert. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Completion was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Herbert. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now a carry for Sanders. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Herbert now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So yet another field goal to end the drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
So the Chiefs now down on the scoreboard. 2:13 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Completes this to Jefferson.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Here's Tua.
That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Now Tua.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Tua to throw.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Tagovailoa.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Tua. This is caught, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So the clock sits at 16 seconds as they line up for the onside kick. And it's the Raiders that'll come up with it. And that will put victory in sight for the silver and black. Now, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Las Vegas, they finish oh so close to perfection in the regular season, but this win in the final weekend gives him a final mark of 16-1.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Kansas City,
they'll finish a less than stellar campaign with a mark of 6-11.
And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around.